Hello, I am Kodili-nye, the son of the wonderful, and the friend of the helper and the comforter. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night, depending on your geographical location and your time zone. New subscribers, welcome. Returning subscribers, you are highly welcome. And the old subscribers, I salute all of you. I hope you are having a wonderful time. I am called the NYE, the son of the wonderful. Thank you for all your support. The time you spend to watch our videos, I cannot thank you enough because you have been our backbones. You have been there and you have done your part in bringing us. Let me push this thing. Let me push it a little. I don't know if it's all right. Okay, you have done your part in promoting our channel, and I always pray for my subscribers, wishing them a wonderful time always, that they will have a wonderful time. Remember, I am the son of the wonderful, and I am also wonderful. So when you are relating to this channel, you are dealing with a wonderful channel, and your life also will be wonderful. So let's get back to business. We are talking about, we're going to discuss this reaction video. We have been talking about the Anambra State and the environment. Remember, we've been talking about it since last year. And beginning of this year, we talked about the sand dunes and a lot of things in the roads, in Onitsha, in all kind of rubbish everywhere. And we talked about the environment commissioner. And a day or two ago, we also discussed a little bit of it. So now, we're going to continue on that because a lot of the comments about the state under Professor Soludo is the dirtiness of the state. That the dirtiness of the state, even the new roads that he's building, is littered with sand and dirtiness. And that has caused a lot of concern. And a lot of people believe that almost 2 years in power, that he has not actually done much on the environment. That the environment remains ash hill, and he has failed woefully on the environment because the major roads are still very dirty. The drainages are littered with rubbish, and because it's an open drainage, which is more expensive and hazardous to human habitation and very poor, considering that we're in 21st century. Not good, not fit for purpose. And the new roads he's been constructing, people look at that, how the rubbish are being dumped on those roads, and they were alerting us about it. And some of the commentators, those that commented and those that reached me direct, discussing about it, that how the whole roads are littered with rubbish. People dumping rubbish in a road that are still under construction. There's completely lawlessness, complete nonchalant attitude. And even where he's constructing those roads, the necessary clearance or clear out of attachments and all those people trading on those roads, we are not done. Everything is just done in a chaotic way. And they were thinking that this is the first time a road are being constructed and rubbish are being dumped on the same road that have been still under construction, that in the history of road construction, this is the first time they are witnessing all the roads being done, that rubbish are being dumped in those roads. That mostly that when a road is being constructed, you see everywhere look neat and all those things, but not the case. So we bring to the those information repeatedly since last year, and this year we have talked about it. We are not just discussing about it, we're also offering solution. But it happens that on Thursday, the commissioner of environment visited the Niger road, one of the key roads that Soludo just completed. Although to me, I don't think that road is completed because the pedestrian work has not been completed. I think they did a very poor job on the pedestrian work. Not only that, a lot of the attachment, the seed trading, are still there. So if you're talking about that road leading to main market, why should you still allow those attachment on those building, people on that, why should you still allow it? No space on that road. The road should have been actually dualized. And remember, the road is actually facing the river Niger, so those attachments is defacing that state of that city, that great city of Onitsha. If you were thinking about African Dubai, Taiwan, that place should be cleared for the sake of it. Anybody can do it. So if we want to do things, we do it in a right form. And even the sand dunes on the road, there's no provision for making that road to look like it's new, to keep it neat. So even if you mark the road with all those sand dunes, the marking will not be seen. Nobody will be seeing it. That's the problem. There's no provision for people to continue getting the road neat. And because the drainage are still open, the drainage is being there are a lot of rubbish being dumped inside of it, because the waste disposal has not been the best achievement of this present administration for 2 years. So he has not actually done much there. Although he initially came and cleared some hoops of it, but still the problem remained, because the population of those cities are enormous. So to tackle those things, you must have a structure. That we said about that, how you can tackle it. You can't have major streets not being swept. You can't have like a carrot and stick and carrot approach, or carrot and stick approach, without getting anything done. The environment will still be a mess if you don't apply carrot and stick. So the government is looking for money, but if people are breaking the environmental law, why can't you get the money from them? Because they willingly doing that, but some of them might not be blamed because there's nowhere to dump this bin. Nobody is taking the bin, so that's why they are dumping it anywhere. If the government is doing their part, making sure there is a designated bin, everybody must have it in his front of house. Those major areas that are the company, the disposal company coming every day to pick up those bins, you won't be seeing anything on the street anymore. So now the law will now start that anybody that dropped this thing will be arrested and persecuted. So that's what it should be. So now we are going to read about the Commissioner of Environment of Anambra State visited Onitsha, having seen what we've been talking about, and as usual, they pretend as if they are not aware. Because most of the time, how can you be a commissioner of environment? You don't know these things are happening. Look at the environment. It's shameful. I'm not even talking about the governor, but what about the commissioner of environment? Who is in charge? Who is the local government chairman of Onitsha South? So, looking at that place, it should be on this road. This is a major road. Onitsha have fewer major roads. So why can't you have a system that at least get the major road? In Onitsha South, you have something like between 6 and 7 major roads. In Onitsha North, you have between 6 and 7 again major roads. So why can't you have a situation that those major roads, you start with them, you know, make sure that they are spot clean? Can't you do these things? How much will it cost to get people sweeping those this thing, making sure there's no drop of sand on those roads? Make sure that the drainages are covered. There's no point leaving it open. Make sure that the pedestrian walk are wide, very wide, so that people can pass. 3 people can be going on one of them, left and right. So that drainage system, that pedestrian walk, sorry, on Niger Street is not fit for purpose. Even they didn't actually did the drainage, the pedestrian walkway everywhere. It was completely not done in the right way. And you'll be asking, who is inspecting all these things? Who approved that? Why is it not completed? Why is it not done properly? So now let's really read the headline. January Environmental Street Check Series. Soludo warns against street trading, says Environmental Commissioner Dr. Felix Odimewu Ojukwu. When you read this thing, you'll be thinking that he's warning them. How many times will you warn them? Because keep on warning them doesn't make a difference. If you say that those areas, it should not be, there shouldn't be any attachment, because it's actually blocking the flow of traffic. It's defacing the state. It's defacing the city. This city should look neat. If people cannot be inside those houses, selling inside there, if anything they bring outside, they run foul of the law. That's what it should be. Maybe a penalty of 100 to 200,000 each time they bring those things. So it will actually stop them bringing it out, so that they can actually rent the shops that are bigger. Or the law can be made that those smaller shops should be merged together, so that there will be a minimum size. I like how it's done in Europe, every other place. You don't build 10 by 10 stores everywhere. You build something that is huge, bigger, something like 20 by 20 or 40 by 20 in a major street, so that it will actually help to curtail this everywhere littered with shops. So these are things that you plan in cities. You don't allow people to completely doing as they want. The government should come in. So now, he said Mr. Commissioner of Environment, Engineer Dr. Felix Odimewu, who led the inspection team, frowned at the heightened level of street trading and indiscriminate waste dumping at the drainages. The newly constructed Niger Street Road, constructed by His Excellency Professor Charles Chukwuma Soludo, is a promise fulfilled to ease traffic and make commercial activities run seamlessly and efficiently in the metropolis, he said to the traders. He went further to warn against street trading and unruly display of goods on the drainages, as this will lead to goods confiscation and fine by the enforcement team. This act do not only cause gridlock, but also the destruction of government properties. Taking ownership of the environment duty lies mainly on the citizens, as this will help achieve the clean, green, healthy, and sustainable environment we all yearn for. At the tail end, the traders applauded the Soludo government for their efforts, especially in the construction of the Niger Street, which have improved movement in the area, while pledging to imbibe the orientation, sensitization information received today with immediate effect. I'm telling you, if you go there tomorrow, next week, you see the same thing. Go there on Friday. Go there in the morning on Friday. Go there on Saturday, you see the same thing. Go there next week, you see the same thing. The government is the custodian of law and order. The government should not leave environmental things just to the people. The government must set a standard, what they want, and now start to enforce it. You might give them 1 week to abide to that, especially those ones that they need to remove all those things. 1 week is enough for them to remove all those things. So if they don't abide on that, the government will come with the heavy penalties, remove it, and give them the bill, so that those houses will be painted, will be decorated nicely, not with all those shanties and all those things. When they finish at the close of business, you go that place, it look like masquerade. It look very ugly. The city is like, it's now become a place that all those hoodlums hide themselves, because the place is littered with all those slums. So if you see his statement, it's just reaction. It's just reacting. It's not on top of the game. Because if it's on top of the game, one, that place is a street. A street must have a standard. A major road like that, leading to the biggest market in West Africa, should not be like that. So the setback from that building to that drainage should be maintained. Nobody should put anything outside the store. Or if you are going to even have all those stores on that street, you should not put any attachment. So the government should enforce it and said you can't put anything without license from the government. By saying license, that means that those areas cannot be given. You cannot be given license to put all those things on those major roads before you extend it to other places. But those major roads is something that you must be on top. So now another thing is that the chairman of those markets or those areas should be held responsible. So once that thing happens, they should be in the markets as well. The same thing is happening. There is total lawlessness. The environment in the market is even worse inside the markets. The customers cannot move freely because everywhere is jam-packed, attachment everywhere, wheelbarrows blocking everywhere, people hawking on the market. Should it be happening? Sometimes you'll be thinking, do they not travel all over the world and see how organized other places are? Can our homeland be organized for once? Can our homeland be organized? Remember, if Soludo doesn't succeed in this, another government that will come will eventually do this and write their name on the gold. Because it shouldn't take more than 2 months to do this. To get this all these things out, should you be waiting 2 years, 3 years, 4 years? As if you are begging those people to do the right thing. They go to Abuja, they see how the Abuja look. They come to the homeland, they want to destroy the homeland because our government, our governors are not on top of the game. They're just talking, but they are not actually performing. Because let it be known that you did the right thing. And when you do the right thing, people start commending you because it will actually attract investment in the states. Look, any visitor coming there will not take that place a very serious area to do business. So major foreigners or major investors look at those key areas, they will frown at them. They will be thinking, are you telling me this is the former Central Bank of Nigerian governor? That is the governor of Anambra State. This state. They will be thinking that it should be better than this. Having gone to that high class, having traveled all over the world, he will actually know that this should not be accepted. or no matter what. One is his own image is being soiled by himself, because if he cannot tidy up those streets, he has completely failed, because people held him in a high esteem. You look at the OP worker, you can see the road construction going on. The attachments are not removed. People are trading on the middle of that road that they are still under construction. See loads of rubbish on it. Beans everywhere, mess everywhere. So I thought, when I was growing up in Onitsha, actually, whenever the road construction starts, the first thing they do is to clear all those things left and right. All the things in the shoulder, both shoulder of the road, are removed. Nobody is trading because they block that road. You don't bring your wares in the road they are building. No, you can't do that. We don't see rubbish dump on the road that they are constructing. You can't do that. If you do that, they will arrest you. They will arrest you. Even the construction company will send the this thing, they arrest you. If in front of your business area there's been there, you pay a heavy fine. You'll be arrested. That's how it was in Onitsha when I was growing up. But as time goes on, the government left the city, leave people to do whatever they want. So people notice that the city has no government, nobody is like a no man's land. It become like a jungle. So all manners of people are going into Onitsha and said, "Oh, we do anything we want here. The government is not in charge. Government is not on the street." That's why Onitsha started going down and going down, going down. At a point, everywhere now are being mess. People are what we normally before see in Lagos, people are shitting and dropping on near the road. You start seeing it in Onitsha. Before, you don't see those things in Onitsha. Onitsha was virtually clean. If you go into the main market, it look very clean then. But not anymore. You go to Major Street. If you go to Oka Road then, Oka Road was as clean as if you are eating and your food drop on Oka Road. Because I was living in Onitsha then. It was so clean. Along this OJD road that during Obiano time, there was rubbish all over the place. The place was so clean. I was there also when General Buhari took over power and he visited Obi of Onitsha. I was just standing nearby the soldiers. That time he wasn't going with a lot of escorts. When Nigeria was not too corrupt, was corrupt but not as the level that is now. The head of state, I was just a stone throw to Buhari then. I saw him with my eyes. I was a little boy looking at him. And we are all there watching. That road from that to JD to that towards what do they call it? To Coast Road to St. Stephen. Those area was so clean. To Oka Road, very clean, neat. There was zebra crossing in Oka Road. You come in that zebra crossing along that opposite Ezechima and St. Mary's and St. Charles. The cars will just stop and you pass by. The school children pass, everybody pass. It was so neat. And old Market Road and new Market Road was so clean. Now it's no longer like that because a lot of the building, there's attachment being attached there. Since they noticed that there's no government anymore, that government doesn't exist anymore in Anambra State, they started building all those things in those major roads. Everybody putting attachment, bringing things outside. They said, "Oh, there's no government. We do anything we want." It's become a ghetto. So, and that's how the beginning of decadence in the whole place. So now, when Soludo took over, and people know that he's talking about African Dubai, Taiwan. A lot of people has not been to Dubai, but they've seen it in television. They think, they were saying, Onitsha will change, Oka will change, Newu will change, Ekulobia will change. African Dubai, the environment, because the environment, one, is the one that actually will change those things. If the environment, the roads are spot clean, the drainages are covered, the pedestrian walk, street light everywhere, no attachment on those major roads. Their buildings will be clean. So there's no attachment. Nobody will be trading on the road. So now what will happen is that those houses will be cleaned, will be painted, repainted everywhere, and the trees will start. They will start planting trees around. That's what they were expecting Soludo actually. Everybody we spoke to said that Soludo, that's what he will start doing. That within 6 months you will see. Some people were even swearing that in 6 months you will see different in Onitsha. And actually, run to Onitsha, people were saying, "Oh, it seems that he has a plan." But when he was talking, after a while he was delegating the deputy governor. Some people started saying, maybe this man hasn't got any plan. He was still planning what they're going to do, and that's continued. 6 months, it's like trial and error, 1 year, and now it's going to 2 years. That's exactly what everybody's saying. Don't just say, I said it, but we are the voice of the people. People saying that. So that's why he did now. If he doesn't know what he wants to do, let me tell you what, if he be listening to this video, we are not just saying what people are saying, but we're also saying the solution. The real solution he need to do. It's not just about the number of roads he will build, is the main thing. I know he's going to build a lot of roads, but how far is the environment? Those roads, after you build it like those Niger Street, and it's littered with rubbish everywhere, people will not believe that the road is built. And once it's rainy season come, because of those sand on the road will have problems. Because the sand accumulation on those roads will help the asphalt to completely deteriorate and damage. And you start seeing potholes everywhere. Because it will retain the water on that roads, and the roads will completely damage. And because you left the drainages open, there will be a lot of bins that will be dumped in it, and everywhere will be flooded and mess everywhere, and the road will damage, and there will be erosion and flooding, that the drainage cannot be able to move anymore, and the water will start coming out, and the same old problem continue. That's why we always say that you can't continue doing the same thing. What you know that he has not worked, you keep on repeating it. Repeating it is wasting of time. It costs money. Leaving open drainage costs money. It's very expensive. It costs life. It costs devastation. It's an eyesore. It's completely an eyesore. You can also in your house leave open drainage because you might fall into that. You cover it. Wherever that is not covered, you put a wire mesh so that if people mistakenly or leaves of trees fall into it, the wire mesh will stop it from going through the drainage channel. So people can easily see it and remove it. So I think it's an eye service by Dr. Felix Dumegu, because coming there and it's like he's preaching to them as if he's trying to say to them, oh, take the role of the government, do it, I want you to do. No. If he meant it, he might immediately come in, he start removing this thing and give them by 2 days, 3 days that they remove everything. And after 2 days, he come in. And after that, there is enforcement. That any of these things, if you are found, your business is closed, that place is closed, and you'll be dragged to court. So, because if you don't establish law and order in the street, there's no point of continue being in government. Because the lawlessness will continue, and the society cannot be livable, and it cannot be prosperous. God forbid. We all wish our homeland to be livable and prosperous, but we cannot do things the same way we did it in the past. Let us arise once and do things in a new way, a modern way, a workable solution. We cannot continue beating about the bush. So let us face this issue of environment. We'll be talking about devastation of erosion And I always said that the government is the main culprit about this erosion menace all over our homeland. Some people were saying, how do you know? I explained to them. And also, the solution to stop erosion is not far-fetched. But they don't want to do it. Because they don't want to do it, erosion continues and many lives are being blown away. So it's very important for the governor, Soludo, and the commissioner of not only environment but works to once again, and the commissioner of water resources, because there's no water supply in Onitsha. So even if you get people that will be sweeping the road, who will be, there's no water to clean the road as well, because sometimes you might need water to clean the road, to spot clean the road. So they have a lot of wars in their heart, and they keep on creating more wars instead of solving one problem. Because what a government should do is to solve one problem. If you can solve environment issue in Anambra State, everybody will be desiring to come to Anambra State. Some people talked about Akwa Ibom. I saw Akwa Ibom look nice. Some people were defending, oh, Akwa Ibom have so much money. Some people were saying, oh, it hasn't got population like Anambra State. I'm telling you, even if Anambra State is like Akwa Ibom, it will be so dirty. Because if the government is not paying attention to environment, it will still be the same, even if it doesn't have population. So, I think our people say, Tabubo, Ostadebma, that let us start now to change our ways. Let the leader lead from the front. Don't just remain in the government house. Let the commissioners not remain in their offices. Where are the local government officials? Where are the people in environment, in charge of environment? Even Onitsha town as well can help. Onitsha town can help also. Because people from Onitsha South or Onitsha North or Onitsha town as a whole can set up environmental committee and help the government, because if the government is also failing, all of us will be failing. So, but is it not time for that Greater Onitsha Development Authority to be set up? Because it seems the Commissioner of Environment cannot, he will run from Oka down to Onitsha. He just take a photo opportunity and the cameraman will pick him, he will just shout over his top, off he go, off to Oka again. The next time you see him, maybe after 1 week or 2 weeks again, he come in the air, he just go, off he go. Or he had a reporter, blah, 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 because he's not on the street. So, but Greater Onitsha Development Authority, if he consulted, will be midwifing and completely handling everything about the Greater Onitsha. So, and the governor will now give them a 1-year plan, what they need to achieve, and they will do it. Because once they can't do that, they will be fired. Within 6 months, no improvement, they are fired. So why can't we have inspectors of some major roads? Get some people to be in charge of 4 or 5 roads, that the roads must be clean, spotless, and tree planted on it. Everywhere clean, drainage is closed. And they will be in charge. If they fail, they are sacked. There is no hanky-panky. There is no time to delay. The government is almost exhausting its time already. 2 years is remaining around 2 more months. 2.5 months or something. And the 2 years will be up. And you have only 2 years again. And remember, you only have this year till March next year. Before the election season starts, already some of them are making the election movements and all those things. And they start causing a lot of issues. So let's make hay while the sun shines. Our homeland must be livable. Our homeland must be a pride of many people. We can continue this way. I was showing a friend our area. He was asking me, look at how dirty the whole place is. He was saying, are you telling me this is Nigeria, the giant of Africa? Are you telling me this is part of your city? This is an African. He was shocked how dirty the unkept the street in Onitsha was. He was shocked. I was so ashamed because I don't know how I will hide my shame. Let us awake from our sleep. Let us make our homeland a beauty to behold. What can it cost? This doesn't cost money to do. Putting a system, a structure, can actually increase the internally generated revenue. Because all those people flouting those laws, breaking those laws, when you start finding them, government will be making a hell of money at the same time having law and order in the state. So if you cannot do this, how about those people sleeping on the streets, those sleeping rough, all the beggars that are shitting on the street? If you cannot actually control this one, how about those people, beggars, sleeping on the... If you go to MCC, on that top of overhead bridge, the beggars most of the time occupy the place. And some traders block the overhead bridge completely. Pedestrian bridges. It's an eyesore. So we're not even talking about that. That's not what we are talking about today. But I'm just giving them a little hint. Because once they are not, the government is not in the street, that's what happens. People know that they are not there. They don't care. They are not even ashamed. Because if they are ashamed, I'll be thinking, oh, as a governor, how will visitors coming into my state look at me at the eye? Would they respect me? The governor traveled to Egypt the other time. I think he said nice words about Egypt, where he went. So some of them went to Rwanda the other time. They came back, they were shocked. Some went to Kenya. So let us do the right thing. Let us do the right thing. As we do the right thing, our homeland will be great again. Our homeland will be a shining light. And the governor, everybody will be talking about the governor. Why we are saying these things is because we want him to succeed. We want Soludo to succeed. We want the real Soludo to come. And this is a defining year for him. And unfortunately, the year also is beginning it again in a slow pace. You have almost 11 days past in January. And it seems that everything is still the same, no rush. Whereas the states in Abia State, the governor was he started on most of the construction company doing the roads are almost from 1st of January, they're almost on site working. Everywhere they're working. Things are working quick. A lot of investors flooding the state already. And so that's how fast the man is moving. He knows he's not even up to a year in power. It's just 6 months or less than that. But he can see the impact he's making, and everybody is flooding to Abia State, thinking that, because people are looking at what he's doing, and there is something like a mad rush to go to Abia State. So supposing if he's continue like this in a year's time, a lot of things will be happening there. So let us not continue the way we have been doing. That's not good for us. I am Kodili-nye, the son of the wonderful. If you are joining this video, we are talking about the environment in Anambra State. What Soludo should do. Let us stop this fire brigade approach. Let Soludo take hold of the cities. Let him take hold of the environment. Let him clean everywhere. The streets. Let our streets be spot cleaned. Let us get this state to be a livable and a prosperous state. A final destination, not a departure lodge, quoting Professor Chukwuma Soludo. So, thank you very much for watching us. Remember to subscribe, remember to share. As you share, they will be seeing that and they will be responding. Even if they are not responding, continue sharing it. I want you also to come to the comment section. Let us continue this debate. Let's continue this reaction. Let us be passionate for once for our homeland. If we want our homeland to be better, this is the time. We cannot continue emigrating to other places, leaving our place in a mess. If Soludo is not doing it, let us form a pressure group. Because even if he doesn't do it, another person will take over the following time. And that person will surely do that. As we continue to put pressure. So, that's what we are talking about. Thank you very much. I am Kodili-nye. See you in the next video. Bye.